Hello and welcome to the second episode of Devillion's Rapid Accessibility Review series. My name is Biggs, and in this series I rapidly review accessibility of random websites. Why rapid accessibility reviews, you might ask? So accessibility reviews or audits usually take a long time to do. And I wanted to expose the process and tools somehow, but recording hours of reviewing is impractical. I also wanted to find a way to practice reviewing accessibility without spending hours and hours on the same website, so a short form made sense to me. Hence, the rapid approach came about. Without further ado, like they say, let's just get into the reviewing. So this is the website I'm going to review. It's Light Rail Transit Association. The first thing to look at is text content, and I will start looking at the page title. What do we have up here? The Light Rail Transit Association. Yeah, it's just duplicated, which is unnecessary. Second, we'll have a look at the headings. Let's see how the headings are arranged. We go to information, view document outline, and we get the headings right here. Okay, this looks very promising. You got a single heading one, and then sort of hierarchical arrangement of the headings down. I'd say this is very good. Somebody definitely knew what they were doing with this thing. So that's good. Let me see, what about links? Do links make sense in general? Let's just jump very quickly. Well, this is not actually a link. That's a link. Contact us. I guess all of this stuff is generally fine. Join the campaign. Let's jump through here. More information. These ones, more information, usually needs a little bit more context. So more information about the International Light Rail magazine. That would be a good title for that. So let's have a little look just very quickly. Let's inspect this one and just see if there is any hidden text. Oh, I need to get rid of some of this stuff here. Okay, let's see more information. This is where it is in the anchor. It's just that more information. So for those kind of links, definitely add more context to that, so that it stands alone. And there's probably all of the ones. Visit bookshop. More information here. Latest news, that's fine. Okay, so let's go down. Read more. Again, read more is just not, it just needs a bit more. I'm pretty sure that this is going to have a similar situation where, okay, let's open this up. Read more. Yeah, it just needs more context. Read more about Light Rail Transit Association. I'm assuming that's what it is. And then this is actually, okay, so this is opening up sort of more content, and the link itself collapsing and uncollapsing the content is actually below the content. So if we are highlighting this, you won't be able to logically step into this. So you'll probably step into this. So I'd suggest that this read less would simply be remain on top here in the flow. And read less about, more descriptive content for the link. Let's keep on going. Members online meetings here. And let's keep on going. All meetings, campaigning, all articles, and these are probably links here. Okay. Read our history, benefits of joining, how to join. Yeah, I think the rest seems fine. Okay, cool. I was just thinking about this here, because you've got all these kind of three links. I wouldn't be surprised if all of these links here are kind of going to the same place and read article. I'm just curious. So this one here, I can see it down there. This one goes to tramways and urban transit. This one goes to tramways and urban, and this one read article. Yeah. So you've got redundancy a little bit here. You've got 3 links all going to the same place. And ideally, you just have 1 link going to that article. I'd say that read article might not even be necessary in here, because I think this would suffice. Just the heading, and even the link, the picture itself doesn't really need to be clickable. So we could avoid some redundancy there. Alright, so those are the links. Let's have a quick look to see how the site behaves without any CSS. Really just to sort of have a look at how semantic the HTML is on the surface. Disable all styles. Okay, so let's get to the top. Let's close this. So we got a navigation. Fine. It would be good to have maybe the sort of the heading 1 there, maybe before the nav. It would be kind of structurally more accurate. But logo, okay, so there's another nav here. This is probably the mobile navigation, such a common thing where it's usually duplicated. But it's what it is. And then we've got some white space down here. Yeah, this is probably the slideshow. So the contents, yeah, the contents of the slideshow is not visible without CSS. So yeah, and this is probably the slideshow links to go between. Kind of useless here. Okay, so the rest, nice headings, some bold text, and this all looks pretty good. I think these are the meetings. This could be structured maybe slightly more semantic. It kind of looks a bit dry, but you know, it's fine. Articles, you got images. Okay, and some images and some text. Some empty bullet points here, maybe could get gotten rid of. Okay, that's fine. Let's get the styles back in. And now let's have a quick look at images. So we will start by checking which of the images are being pulled in with CSS, so background images, because generally the background images should be sort of supplementary, sort of supportive, and not crucial for understanding the content. So let's hide that. Okay, as expected, we've got sort of supplementary content with the slides, which are gone, and I think that's fine. Okay, there was an image here, which was probably supplementary. We can just bring it back in just to see. Yeah, it's just the background image. Okay, so the images for the news articles are like image tags. Okay, fine. That one as well, and the rest are just background images. Okay, fine. So let's have a look at so those images. Actually, let's keep them hidden, and let's bring in the alt attributes. So we've got the logo there, and it's got the Light Rail Transit Association. That's cool. Let's go down to those images that we saw. So these images here this is actually a link. So if you come into that, if there isn't hidden text in there, then at the very least the image needs to be describing. I mean, it could even just say Tramways and Urban Transit May 2021, which is the title of the story. So definitely add that in if you want to keep this as a link. But you know, it should also describe what's in the image itself. So if it uses the title, there should be more text describing the content of the image and you know what's being displayed here. So yeah, alt text without a doubt for these images. This one here, I think is, yeah, I mean, this one is just repeating the title. I mean, it would be good if the contents of the image would be described rather than just the title. That always makes more sense to anyone looking at this. We got the Light Rail Transit Association down here, Tram Forward logo. Okay, cool. That's fine. So that's images. I'll bring the background images and take away this thing here. Okay, so what is next? Next is keyboard. So we want to check if when tabbing through the site, you can tell where you're at on the site, which links you're on. So let's do a little tabbing exercise and see what happens. I'm just going to sort of get to the top and then we tab. Okay, I can see that there is a highlighted the view our shop button up there, and then we keep on going. Okay, so we can see the outline, which is good. So you can see, I just lost it now. I don't know where I'm at. Contact us and then down. Okay, yeah, I can see that the latest news button right down here did get a little bit tinted down. So it's probably sitting on this link here. And then I do one more time and I can see there down, I can see I'm on the news now. Wait. Okay, so I'm just tabbing a few times now, and now I'm going in there. So I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'm tabbing once into the latest news, and then I tap, nothing's happening. So I don't know what that is. Anyway, we come into the read more. That's fine. Let's check a little bit if this works here. Okay, it opens, and I close it. That's fine. Links. Oh, that's interesting. There's some accidental double linking there of got just the S. So that should probably be looked at. Okay. Yeah, the buttons really need some outlining. Campaign, articles, and now we're doing the images for the news items, and this is probably a category. News articles categories. Let me go through. Yeah. Press release. Keep on going. Probably on read our history now, yeah. So benefits of joining, how to join, and then we got a few links down there, sort of selective links from the main nav, logos, email, Facebook. Okay, so these are links. I kind of want to check whether there is any descriptive text there, because that's quite common for because you've got these icons. Let's have a look. No text in here, so you wouldn't know what you're looking at if you highlight that. We've got an anchor here. Could be having a title describing Facebook or LinkedIn. Both are missing, so so they're not images. So we need some hidden text in here just to describe where this goes. Same thing for the LinkedIn one. Okay, so what was I looking at? Yeah, the keyboard. So, okay. So we've gone all the way down. One thing I noticed, let's close this now. One thing I noticed is that the page does not have a skip to content link, which would be at the very beginning, allowing people to jump over the navigation straight into the content itself. So that's something that could be added as well. And I think the tab ordering itself was fine, apart from some couple of sort of drops where I couldn't tell where I was. It's probably related to the slideshow there. But other than that, oh, there's another thing I wanted to check here, and that relates to the sub navigation here. So when I tab, I just jump over those, the main top level ones. So I'd like to be able to get to the sub nav here. So I don't know if I press down maybe. No, it's just like that. Space. No, that's just like that. Let's see. What about enter? What happens then? No, then that just takes me to the about page. So with keyboard, it's not possible to get into the sub navigation, which is really lacking because we really want to be able to get to these things here. But okay. And then I think the rest was pretty much okay. Okay, so the next thing I would like to look at is probably mobile, because I don't think there's any form. I would be looking at forms, but there aren't any forms on this page. So let's go straight to mobile and just check the sort of responsiveness. And I'm just going to open up the dev tools here and I'm going to switch to this device thing. Let's go all the way out. Maybe make it a little bit smaller and it's a bit wider. Okay, so this is kind of the full width of the site. And let's see how the whole thing handles the responsiveness. Okay, everything goes smaller. Okay, so it gets really quickly into the... This is fine. Okay. Okay. Right. So there's a lot of navigational elements at the top here, so it needs to fold down into a mobile now pretty quick, which it does here. So I think the rest is just going to have loads of space to work with. This, I can see here that the background here is beginning to affect the readability of this text here. But let's keep on going. It's gotten a bit smaller. Okay, there's some overlapping issues here, probably with the background image there needs to be placed so that it doesn't affect it, doesn't go behind the text. And yeah, fine, nothing terrible. So let's see, that opens up a nav, and see, this is interesting. They've actually exposed the sub navigation in the main navigation, which, you know, if you don't have too much, and then that's actually really good. So you don't have to be opening and closing like extra layers of sort of functionality like that. But I'd like to get to the top. Close this, thank you. Let's see, let's keep on going down. Okay, so view our shop. Oh yeah, they've just gone down like that. That's fine. So let's just reload the page, see if it makes any difference. Sometimes it does. Okay, that's the slideshow there. You can move that around like that. Fine. And then the text. Okay, this is better than before. Here we go. So the news items have gone down to a single column. Everything's gone down to a single column. Okay, fine. Should we go a tiny bit even smaller than that? Do like 350, 360. Yeah, it hangs in there. This is, again, getting a bit hard to read. The rest is probably looks fine. So, okay. Okay, so the next thing would be magnification, which is kind of related to the mobile stuff. So let's close this up and close this, and we're going to magnify the page by 400%. So that usually kind of pulls in the mobile styles, which is fine. But it does introduce the element of potentially wanting to use the keyboard here, and that's a big part of testing the magnification. So I'm pretty sure that the site will be pretty much okay on, because it's just the mobile. It's the mobile view as we saw before, so everything is going to be pretty much okay. However, I'd like to test the keyboard interactions here. So view our shop, LRTA going there, and now we've got the mobile hamburger menu there. Now and I can tab into the slideshow there. Okay, I just want to see if I can access the nav. Okay, so I just pressed enter and I'm able to go into the nav. But can I tab into the nav that I just opened? No. Can I tab into the close button somehow? No, I don't think so. I'm just on the site. So this is, you can, yeah, so one can actually open up the nav like this, which is nice, but I can't actually get into it. If I would be using the mouse, I'm fine. I can open up with a keyboard. So that's somewhat lacking for that. I don't think there's anything else to check on the magnification. So let's just get back to normal. Let's see, the next thing would be color contrast. Now I'm going to use the axe. Let's open this one up. I'm going to use the axe tools to show me all of the contrast issues that are found. I know that this will show me all the issues that it finds, but I only want the color contrast, which is this one here, and then if I highlight it, it'll take me to the parts of the site that have contrast issues potentially. So let's look at the very first one. So that is the white text on the orange background, and it's just saying that the contrast is too low there. Perhaps the orange needs just to be darkened a bit. I think white on orange is problematic often, and related to color blindness as well. So that could be looked at. Let's keep on going. We got the orange one on the white there, which is going to be the same kind of issue, and this has a pretty low contrast, so that's problematic. Yeah, most of these things I'm going to find is going to be the orange on the white and white on the orange. So let's just keep on going down, see if it finds anything else related to that. Read our history. Yeah, so that very light gray text in the footer is quite low contrast and just needs to be a bit darker so that people can read that. And the text is also small, so having a bit more contrast would help. Let's see what it. So now it's going into the tram forward. Yeah, so this light blue here sitting on top of this one, this has a really low contrast. So that could be looked at as well. I think that's what it's highlighting. It's highlighting this here. I'm not sure. Banner title. I'm not sure what it's complaining about here, but it could be looked specifically, but it looks perfectly fine to me. And now it's going into the, it's going into the buttons themselves, which is going to be the white on the orange, which we've discussed already. So it's going through all of the ones in the, and these ones as well. I didn't really check if they had any text associated with them, which is another thing to have a quick look at, but I won't be doing that. Okay, so it's mentioning the heading there on the sort of sepia background there. Could be looked at. It doesn't really say, because it just struggles with finding because of the background image, it doesn't really know what color it's dealing with. But that text on that background looks like it might have some contrast issues, so maybe that could be looked at. Same thing with these ones here, it's just the background there. These ones as well. I'm not sure about this. This must be, well, it does say impact unknown. It doesn't really know what's going on here, so this is just to look at a little bit more in depth. But yeah, primarily it's going to be the orange and the white, I'd say, and then the grey text at the footer. Yeah, so that should probably cover it. All right, let's go to animations. So that is going to cover like slideshows and things. So we've got, we've got this main slideshow at the top here, and the main accessibility concern we need to look at is being able to stop it, and being able to start it again. So there are no controls here to start and stop, but we can have a quick check to see if I click on one of these, does it at that point stop and give you a chance to read or look at the picture or whatever it is. So that would be good to know. So yeah, okay, so it does that. That's already something. So, but it really needs a pause and play. That's always really good to do. So next one is HTML. Last check to see if there's any issues with the HTML that's being produced on this site. We'll go to the web developer here, go to tools and validate HTML. It'll go to the W3 validator and we'll see what it does. Document checking complete. No errors or warnings to show. That is good. Very, very good. There's no HTML issues on this site. So well done on that. Very last check just to see if there's any stuff being spat out in the console. Any kind of JavaScript errors or anything like that. Well, there's something here. Let's just refresh the page just to see if this kicks in just when the page loads. The page loads and it doesn't seem to have any issues. It may be related to other things. So no, on the surface it looks like there's nothing failing in the JavaScript. So that's the end of that. That's me reviewing the whole site in a short amount of time. I'd like to say thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. There's many more of these to come. If you happen to work for Light Rail Transit Association and you think you could use our services, then please get in touch. We'd love to work with you. Have a lovely day and take care. Bye-bye.